back. Hey, just got in this morning. The Outer Banks are great. So is Mom. Dad says she always looks her best when she's on the run, and he ought to know. Well, I wasn't expecting a brass band or anything, but a welcome home would be nice, huh, Bobby?
Sorry.
Well, is everything okay? You have a bad day at the hospital?
Actually, yeah, today's been one of the worst days of my life.
What happened? Bobby, is somebody dead?
No, as a matter of fact, someone's very much alive.
Is anybody I know?
Why don't you ask your father? He always seems to know what's going on, while the rest of us just stumble around in the dark.
Well, not anymore, Barbara. My well of secrets has run dry. Now I'm just stumbling around with the rest of you.
Well, it's nice to have all the family on the same continent again. Can never have too much family, right?
Oh, yes, you can. I've had a belly full.
Oh. What was that?
Somebody's hurt Barbara real bad.
Well, maybe we ought to introduce their head to a cinder block.
Yeah, maybe we should. Take your best shot, cowboy.
Oh, who cares about the Louisiana Purchase anyway? Thomas Jefferson should just whipped out his plastic and charged the whole darn thing.
I must say, Elizabeth, you throw the most entertaining tantrums of any teenager I've ever known. What's the cause of this one?
What else? Homework.
Well, a lot of things made me moody when I was your age, but not the Louisiana Purchase. Come on, tell me what's really bothering you.
Okay. You know what's coming up this weekend?
Valentine's Day?
Well, for most people. But for me, it's going to be February the 14th.
Ah, this wouldn't have anything to do with your date for the school dance.
What date? The dance is tomorrow night, and so far I'm going with the Invisible Man.
Well, what about Lucky?
What about him?
Well, the two of you are friends. You enjoy each other's company. I thought that he might
You
have...
might ask me to the dance? Lucky loves Sarah. Everybody loves Sarah. God, even I'm starting to like her a little.
It's been known to happen between sisters.
Yeah, well, who wouldn't like her? I mean, she's perfect, she's pretty. It's like living with the Statue of Liberty.
She has a lot of fine qualities. But so do you.
Okay, name one.
You have a very wonderful, creative sense of humor. But I think you know that.
Gets me through the day.
That's what you use it for now, but later you're going to appreciate it for its own sake.
What else?
You have very little patience for things that don't matter to you. But when something does matter, your determination is amazing. Do you know, I remember the exact day you announced at breakfast that you were going to quit smoking. I remember because there hasn't been a cigarette bought anywhere near the house since.
Oh, great. So I'm funny and my sweaters don't smell like a cheap cigar. But that's nowhere near being perfect like Sarah or you.
Me? Oh, please, hardly.
Well, sure you are. I mean, you always know what to say. You always know what to do. Nothing makes you freak. And believe me, I've tried.
Oh, that just comes from experience and not all of it very pleasant. Actually, when I was young, I was really more like you than Sarah.
No way.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I wanted everything so badly. I felt everything so strongly. I made myself so miserable. Sometimes I'd like to go back to that earlier Audrey and tell her what I've learned now, that the world then was good and I wasn't so awful myself. But I really didn't understand that until I met the best friend in my life. And he stood by me until I saw in myself what he saw the very first time we met.
Gramps.
That's right.
Well, I hope I meet someone like that someday.
Oh, I hope you do too. But that only happens once in a lifetime. Oh, I hope it doesn't take that long for you to find the goodness in you. Now, a date, on the other hand, will be much easier to pull off. Now tell me, has Lucky asked Sarah to the dance?
Oh, no. Please, everybody in school knows that Sarah's going to study with Nicholas. But secretly, I mean.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe now's the time for that determination of yours. Why don't you suggest to Lucky that the two of you go together?
Excuse me, Graham, but the last time I checked, I was the girl and he was the guy.
Well, that's one bit of nonsense from my youth that your generation has wisely disposed of.
Yeah, so I hear.
Come on, you don't have to get down on one knee. Just be casual, but not coy. Know what you want and then say it. It's much better that way.
Yeah, I guess I can do that. I mean, I guess this is one of those things that really matters to me.
Good.
I've been keeping some information from Bobby. Something big and nasty. As sure as dead bodies float, I knew it would, wash to shore, but... Well, in fact, I had decided I was going to tell her when we got back from the Carolinas.
But she found out first.
Yeah, it's going to be a while before she forgives me.
Well, you must have had a good reason, right?
I thought I did. Bobby had just found Tony and Carly in bed together. So I figured it was not a good time to lay on another catastrophe.
Well, look, you were only thinking about what was best for Bobby, and she ought to understand that.
You think you would?
Sure, you bet. Why?
Because I kept the same information from you. It's about Carly Roberts.
Hey, there's nothing you could say about her that would surprise me.
This will. Carly is Bobby's daughter. Technically speaking, that means she's your cousin.
Carly and her kid are family?
Technically speaking, yeah. Lucky Bobby had a baby when she was just a kid. But she was old enough to make the right decision. She had the baby adopted.
I can't believe you never told me this, Dan.
This is not my tale to tell. And Carly had a pretty good life, as lives go. She grew up in Florida. And then when she became old enough, she started to search for her birth mother. She found Barbara. She copied her life. And then she stole it.
And you just sit by and let this happen?
Hey, look, until I knew the details, what was I going to do? And by the time I learned the details, Tony and Carly were already joined below the hip. I had to make a decision. Was I going to give Barbara this ugly information at that time when she was so vulnerable, or was I going to wait a little while until her heart was on the mend?
Yeah,
I made the right decision.
Bobby had a right to know, and so did I.
Why?
Because we're a family, that's why.
Well, that's a good point. But, when you didn't know, you felt fine. Now you know. How do you feel?
I don't know. Worse.
Worse. See? That's why I...
That's too easy,
Yeah, I
Dan.
know it is.
Keeping secrets is one thing, but keeping secrets from family, it's wrong.
I've heard that somewhere before. But in this instance, I don't agree. A secret isn't a lie. It's a truth that you keep to yourself, and usually for damn good reasons.
So, what other secrets are you keeping from me?
I don't know, not too many. Maybe about as many as you're keeping from me.
Okay, you got me.
You are maturing very nicely, my boy. Listen, I gotta go over to the club. I got accounts payable waiting for me. You want to go with and maybe chew this over a little more?
No, I'm gonna chew it over here. That's fine.
All right. See you later.
All right, I'll see you.